Hey everybody, Lorelia here, coming to you with a video today. Want to talk about some updates on what I just recently heard. If you saw my last video, in that video I talked about martial law, recession, and a recent real estate deal that I have been talking about during the past couple of videos. I deposited the check I showed here on the channel. Why am I talking to you today from the car? Well, I just went to the bank, went to deposit the check. And what does that mean with all what's going on right now? Be mindful, be very mindful. So the government, President Trump, did a recent news report about how money is going to be distributed, I guess, to Americans for those who are being impacted by this pandemic. And I'm not here to advise you on if you should get the money or if you shouldn't get the money. You do what's best for you and your household. But like when I posted on Facebook, there's no such thing as free lunch. Understand that. There's no such thing as free lunch. But you do what you have to do to take care of you and yours and your family. But I wanna share a story with you. You know, historically, I come from a family where every recession that has took place in this country, my family has always just been able to get by. The recessions that I actually have memory of or is the recession of 87 because I was a young teenager. The recession in, I want to say, the 90s, was a young woman. Then the recession in 2008 and a recession now. And during all those recessions, like I said, historically, I come from a family that has always been just getting by. And during the last recession in 2008, at that point, I was a woman, married with children. I said no more. And I shared in my last video, that is when I decided, and in 2008, where everybody may have been losing stuff in real estate, that's when I took something that was what was bad going on and made it my opportunity. That's when I got introduced to wholesaling. And I used to wholesale bank-owned REO properties. And at that time, there was no Dodd-Frank. Dodd-Frank was just kind of just being introduced. You didn't have to worry about the seasoning, the title seasoning that you have to do now. So it was easy for me to find a listing on the MLS, make sure it's a good price, and put it under contract and resell it to my end buyer. I did that in 2008. I made that decision. Well, fast forward, we're in 2020 and we're currently in what they call another recession. And what I want to share with you today is be very mindful. Like I said, you will only you will know to make the decision on if you want that money that's being given to you by the government. But Donald Trump even said himself, whether you like him or not, that things are going to do very good. Things are going to be very good once this is over. My response to that, don't get so caught up with getting that free money. And I know there's going to be qualifications. He said there's going to be 4 ways that you can get it. I don't know exactly the 4 ways because I was on my way out the house. But with me saying that, don't get so caught up because right now I have family members who are celebrating with getting that free money from the government. They're waiting. Like I said, I'm not one to pass judgment. Maybe some people, they really need it. But understand that when you decide to want to go get that free lunch, there's going to be people out there making bukus of money. What's going to be way beyond a little $1,000 or what have you. Because I know yesterday I heard something about Rodney. I mean, what's his name? Romney. Romney had talked about it, but I didn't know if there was even any truth to it. The investor that I worked on with this deal, he had mentioned it to me. We were talking. He said, yeah, Romney wants to introduce giving Americans $1,000. I didn't know how truthful that was. And then, the president comes on today and talks about it is to, stimulate what is currently going on with so many Americans losing work. And so I say all that to say, many people, when they are in a financial position where they don't know what's going on financially, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, how they do that? How they do that? How they do that? How did this one? How are they making money like that? It's because whereas now is the time more than ever, if you've never been interested in wanting a financial education, this is the time now, because the opportunities, thank you, L Boogie, the opportunities that are going to happen during this recession, the financial opportunities that's going to happen, people are going to make a lot of money. People are going to change the trajectory of their financial situation because they're looking at the financial opportunities. Don't get me wrong, things are going to slow down. Things may even come to a halt. I'm no Nostradamus. I don't do no predictions. But things may just actually come to a halt. But rest assured, they're going to pick up. But that's why I said do what you have to do. Go get your food, go get your gas, go get your toilet tissue, your paper towels, take money out the bank, have some of that stashed away, get your water filters, do whatever you have to do. But also keep your eye on which way the money is going to. Because when the opportunities come, you want to make sure you're in position. Is my credit right? Check. Do I have my businesses set up? Check. Do I have ways to acquire real estate? Check. If stocks and investments are your thing, am I going to take part of things being on sale? Check. You do whatever you have to do. But just don't miss out on the opportunity. Don't miss out on the opportunity, because if you historically are similar to me, like I said, I'm not one to just assume everyone's situation is like mine, but if you know historically your family have been financially hurting during every economic cycle. When things were bad, my family doing bad. When the economy is doing good, my family's still doing bad. So it doesn't really matter, because what's the saying they say when the country is going through a recession? I forget. Black people got pneumonia, something like that. I forget the saying, because I really don't get caught up in all those cliches, because like I said, I made a decision once I became an adult, once I started reading certain books, getting access to information, knowing what's at my fingertips. I said, there's no excuses. I can't make the excuse that possibly my mother could have made. My mother was born in the 30s. So being born in the 30s, well, what books do you read? I mean, my first awakening book, and I'm glad that you're saying, you've asked that question. My first awakening book was sometime between 1999 and 2000, was Rich Dad Poor Dad. As much as cliche people may say, but that was my first book that I read. You can get it free audio here on YouTube. Somebody I know has it. I know you probably can find a PDF online. And of course, there's Amazon, buy the book. I ain't even no affiliate of it. But the reason why that book really opened my eyes is because At the time I was working, and although I was a young professional, had went to college, was making a great salary, oh, okay, yes, priceless. Um, was making a good salary. I just didn't understand, how did people how were people able to still bring income into their household and bank account and not go to a job? Because I was always told that if you needed money, if you wanted money, you needed a job. I didn't understand that there were different forms of income. And I graduated with an accounting degree, but I did not I understood certain terminologies when it came to income from a book standpoint, but didn't know how it worked in the practical. And that book was able to really break down what's different forms of income. Linear income, that's the income you actually work for. That's exchanging hours for dollars. Even business owners have that. In order, like right now, what's going on in today's economy, you have business owners who businesses are suffering. Why? Because they are what Robert Kiyosaki talks about in the cash flow quadrant. There are different quadrants. One of those quadrants is the self-employed quadrant. So there are self-employed individuals, although they have a business, but their primarily way of making money is exchanging hours for dollars. They have to be open. But unfortunately, they're hurting now because they're not open. And then you have employees who exchange their time with their employer to be able to get paid. That was the only form of income that I had ever knew of. Like, I did not know how to create residual income. Like, I did not know that there's money that you can make that works for you, and you don't work for it. It actually, works for you. I did not know, that there's passive income. Passive income is another form of income that you don't work for. So that book right there really opened my eyes to, oh, that's how they doing it. Okay. Oh, okay. That's how it's being done. And then from there, I remember reading Robert Allen, No Money Down. Yeah, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Robert Allen, like I said, it was called No Money Down. Went to a local seminar here in New Jersey. Like I said, sometime around 2003, 2004. And that's what just opened my eyes about real estate investing and the different types of real estate investing. Because at that time, after reading Rich Dad Poor Dad with Robert Kiyosaki, I knew that, oh, okay, if I wanted to get into real estate, I would have to buy a property. But then once I started reading other books, that's when I was learning about creative ways of getting into real estate. And I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So at the end of the day, it's all about access to information. Like right now, I invest in real estate notes. And so there is income that comes from real estate notes because, yes, Elizabeth, because people always got to have somewhere to live. So people don't know that you can invest in paper, in real estate, and it generates an income. Because most of the time when people think of real estate, they think of hard assets. There's other ways of making money in real estate. And so yeah, so I say all that to say, but I had to decide, because if I had continued wanting to follow the same philosophy as my family, I would be the same way. Every economic cycle, whether it's good or bad, I'm just getting by. I'm just getting by. I'm just getting by. So that's all I have for you today. Like I said, be mindful. Only you will know. Yes, that's right. Stay woke. Can't make it out. For Creed Williams, but this is the time to be more educated. Although on this channel I primarily talk about credit, but with so many things with the economic cycles going on and moves that I'm making, I'm here to share my knowledge and expertise with you. You know, how am I able to still produce $10,000 checks during the time of recession, martial law, and whatever other craziness that's going on. And so one may say, well, shoot, I know people make more than that. It's possible. With real estate, anything is possible. Yeah, there's people making more than 10,000, but the fact that all I had to do was basically visit a person who wanted to sell their home, have conversations, and then call someone and just do a exchange on paper and make 10,000. I didn't rehab nothing. It's pretty much just all paperwork, and really work from my phone and work from my computer and using my brain. That's it. That's an easy $10,000. So one may say, oh, I know people make more. Yeah, there are. Yes, thank you for free. Oh, sorry. Yes, so you're right. Yeah, there's people who make more, but it's real easy money to be made. And like I said, I don't know a lot about a lot of things. This ain't no beauty channel, so don't look for, me to be dyed up. This ain't no hair channel, so I'm not going to have the latest hairdo. Um, and I may not know a lot about a lot of stuff, but when it comes to credit and when it comes to real estate, those I know, you know. And I know on this channel I don't primarily talk about real estate a lot, but I've always said there's things that I do offline that a lot of people wouldn't know. If you watch the beginning of this video as well as the other one, I've been first introduced to wholesaling during the last recession in 2008, and I said that I was going to do a video. I always make a copy of all my checks, as reminders and motivation to myself. And so I said that I was going to do a video. I was going to show you that real estate check, and just to show you how long it's been. If you notice when I do the video, the bank is going to the trust account. TL Myers, I'm glad that you asked that question. I'm currently hosting a weekly class. This month's topic is talking about real estate in a time of a recession, what that looks like. You hear everybody talk about no money down deals. What does that really look like? That's great for Cree. I'm glad to hear that. And so, like I said, if you want to learn more about it, I don't have no websites up, but if you're on my email communication list, if you go to bizcredit.yourmoneymentor.com, you'll learn about getting funding, and a lot of those funding strategies that I talk about in that video, we're going to be talking about in the class. And so the class is not a free class. There is an investment, but if you're on my email communication list, I'll remember to put those links below the video. I've been doing so many videos that I've kind of not been putting the link. So bizcredit.yourmoneymentor.com. But there was a point that I was making, but I forget. Yeah. I think I was saying I don't know a lot about a lot of stuff, but those things I know. Yeah, see, even for Cree Williams even said, yeah, Rich Dad Poor Dad really opened my eyes. Elizabeth, what is the cost of the class? The cost of the class is $347. It's a monthly class. And rest assured, I know that if you take this class, you're definitely going to walk away with some information and knowledge that is going to open your eyes. Because what I know for sure, a lot of people are trying to piece the puzzle together, but they really don't know how it works. So yeah, so that is the cost of the class. And so like I said, if you go to bizcredit.yourmoneymentor.com, but there was a final point that I was making. I'm glad that you did, Elizabeth. I'm glad that my videos are reaching a new audience. But I forget. But go to bizcredit.yourmoneymentor.com. Yeah. So like I said, be mindful. Be mindful. Um, you know, don't lose sight of what's going on, because people gonna get so blinded by that free government money from the government, and it's gonna be people making bukus of money. And like I said, people gonna be like, how that happen? Cause how that happened? Because you was just focused on $1,000, and the opportunities were there, and you didn't want to get access to information. You didn't want to read no books. You didn't want to do nothing. And that's why I'm saying now more than ever, financial information is needed. So once again, this is Lorelia. Gonna look forward to doing another video later. Gonna do that from inside. Won't be in the car. But a lot of times I do them from the car because I just want to crank them out. But once I get inside, I have a lot. Once I get inside, I have a lot going on. So this is Lorelia. Trying to the masses. Yep, exactly. That's all it is. It's just the blind people. People gonna be like, ooh, the free money coming, the free money. Exactly. The free money coming, the free money. Let me line up for the free money. And you know what's coming after the free money? The free vaccines for the corona. Be careful. Be careful. Be mindful. All right, this is Lorelia signing off.